What's up, guys? Welcome back to Breakout Trading. It is Thursday, September 17th, and I'm going to be going over some trades I made today. So finally, we had some decent action today in the market. There's lots of opportunity. Unfortunately, I didn't necessarily capitalize on it the best, down 93 cents here. Mostly on this SRNE. I tried it twice, and it's got me both times. I took two little scalp trades on KODK, and I'll show you in a sec how my final trade that I didn't take would have been a massive winner, unfortunately. I probably would have sold it early, but whatever. Still would have been a winner. And VXRT, we had a nice little front side scalp on that. So yeah, just SRNE kind of just making me basically break even today. I'm happy with the KODK scalps and the VXRT scalps. Overall execution today was pretty good. So check out KODK's. Holy crap, it really just ended up rallying into the close here. Pretty insane move, honestly. I was trading it down here and down here. I did not expect this though. So I'll just start here on my trade log. We'll start from the beginning. So 944 SRNE. So basically, what was I trying to do on this one? Oh yeah, I remember. Okay. So this one, basically gapping up on some news of, what was the news? Yeah, it was news. You guys can go read it if you want. Anyways, on the open here, see how we were just hugging ourselves against VWAP like that? And it really looked like we wanted to pop over, so I jumped the gun a bit there, went in there with 25 shares, and we never ended up breaking, and I just cut the loss quickly there. I think that gave me like a $5 loss right off the bat. Yeah, not a good trade. That one was not good. Yeah, so that was the first trade. Just trying to scalp VXRT. Now this was actually a nice scalp because VXRT was making this huge move in the morning here. So basically what was going on with this one is yesterday it had made it had a nice run too, and it had a bunch of levels of support here. So the tops of these candles acted as a key support all day today. And you can see that pre-market we came down in the morning and we sold off really hard. And my plan was initially to buy in this zone and look for a rally, so I should have stuck to that. But it looked pretty weak to me, and then we bottomed out here and just ripped. So that would have been really nice to just go for it down here. Unfortunately, I did not, but I ended up getting a small little piece of the pie. Thanks to identifying front side versus back side, so that's definitely a lesson here. So what I did is this thing was rallying like non-stop, and I knew that it was bound for a pullback at some point, and I pretty much just bought the first major pullback right here. Pretty simple stuff. We had VWAP here. All right, every time I look at these, it always comes back to me what my plan was. But so if you take a measured move here to previous day's close, you can see that the 38.2 Fibonacci level lines up really nicely with VWAP here. So my initial plan was to start scaling into a position, look for a bounce off VWAP into 38.2 to continue up. So this is only 25 shares here, and I was planning to add to 50 another lot or another order here on VWAP, but that never happened. I ended up pretty much bottom ticking it here. As you can see, I was in there at 860, and the low of this candle was 858, so a really nice entry, and I just sold it there quickly on the push for 20 cents. And then yeah, it continued up a bit more, and then I guess I could have held it a bit longer, but honestly today was the first day in a while that I've actually seen some momentum and some sustained moves, which is really awesome because I really hated how stagnant it's been lately. And especially seeing KODK right now rip up gives me some hope that we might finally be seeing some momentum in the next month. And then basically came up here, and then the reason I did not buy this dip, so this is key to identifying front side moves and back side moves, is this sell-off was the first one out of a big rip, and I knew that there'd be at least some bounce. That's why I took my profits quick here. Whereas this one, we had another surge in volume, but barely made it past this prior high, and then a huge rejection candle, no support at the prior high. And this one was just selling up really hard right to VWAP. So I was like, I'm not going to touch this. We'll see what it does around VWAP. This could be backside because tons of times we'll see the stock bounce at VWAP, do a tiny little bounce, and then rip right through VWAP, and everyone has their stop losses below. So that's pretty much what happened here. It did a tiny little bounce, and then right now, like, that's very weak looking. And then as soon as it broke VWAP, the party was over. That's the backside of the move now. And you can see also this big volume spike candle. So initially, honestly, right here, I thought that VXRT would still be a buy because it had this nice low volume pullback. But then as soon as we saw that spike in red volume, I knew that this was the backside of the move, and that's why I didn't touch it anymore. You can see we found resistance at VWAP there, and then we just ended up selling off all day. Yeah, just stair-stepping down all day. So yeah, glad I stayed out of that one because that was it, just that one little move in the morning. And now we're just flat again. Lots of support though around this 750 area, so I'll have to keep that on watch. That's why all those lines are there. Lots of support. Yeah, so that one I'll probably keep on watch for tomorrow. It's been running for a couple days now. You can see this is the daily chart. So it's had a few days this week where it's been making moves, so it'll definitely be worth keeping on watch. And then I had a KODK scalp. Damn, this thing really rallied. Oh yeah, this was the bull flag. So right here on KODK, basically the daily chart looks atrocious, but we had a bit of a gap up here, and then on the today we came down and actually tested $8 on the 50-day moving average, which was kind of bullish and bounced really well. And then I thought maybe there's some momentum left in it, just because it's so oversold, and I don't know, it's KODK. You know, it's volatility and opportunity, so it's kind of worth it to at least give it a shot. Anyways, this is what I was this is exactly actually what I was seeing in the morning. I called it out on the chat, and I noticed that it was forming a pretty nice bull flag right here. Broke above our initial high of day on good green volume, and we were consolidating here. Looked really awesome. And bull flag is one of my or that's actually a B setup for me. So I could have actually went more risk in this and still would have been following my rules, but just like I said last few videos, the market has not been crazy lately, and although today was good, I've just been very, very small size right now. So anyways, there, really nice trade, honestly. I waited for the breakout with volume. You can see the volume started to pour in, so I got long here 25 shares at 888 and just sold in the push here at 896, so making about 10 cents there. And could have held that one for a bit longer, but it was quite choppy still in the morning. And then didn't really touch it after that. It was definitely holding above VWAP, which was nice to see though. So I knew it still had strength in it. Yeah. And then so that was the third trade. So at this point, I think we were like kind of break even on the day. And then I went to SRNE and saw this, right? So remember my first trade here, I thought it was going to pop, but it just kind of consolidated and made a higher low, and it broke above VWAP with an increase of volume and a huge candle. So Mike in the TTG room actually went long, and so I followed him in that trade. And this thing looked like it wanted to at least pull back around VWAP, so I got in long there, maybe a bit early there at 10.23, bought 25 shares. And then it literally just completely sold off. Had a bit of a reaction there on VWAP, and after that I was like, okay, my stop loss is below VWAP. If this thing gets below that, I want out. And it got below that, and this is a lesson here in using your stop loss. So right there I cut it because I knew that it wasn't going to do what I wanted anymore. And then look at what continued afterwards. Just a complete collapse. Ready? Just sold off super, super, super hard. So my stop was all the way up here. So that's a lesson in, don't hope and pray. Do not ever average down. into a losing trade, especially when it is not following your plan. Like for instance, the first trade I did, what was it? I think it was the VXRT one. I was planning to average down into VWAP, but then that was it. But don't just average down blindly, because you're gonna get caught in one of these, and that could have absolutely wrecked me. Like, that small loss could have been massive if I had refused to stop out. So just stopped out, no worries, and found some better opportunity. And then that leads us to the last trade of the day, the KODK trade. Unfortunately not catching that big move, really disappointing. So yeah, after the little bull flag trade here, we were holding above VWAP really well, and then I noticed that we were starting to form this downtrending like resistance. So that's what it looked like there on the 3-minute. Oh crap. Oh yeah, okay, so it was right here I was thinking about getting in, because I was like, oh damn, this thing really looks like a really nice bull pennant, right? And then what happened is we broke below VWAP, so totally invalidated right now. But we completely reclaimed VWAP, and when a stock does that, that's very bullish, because what it just did is it trapped a whole bunch of shorts, and it shows strength, where VWAP is only acting as support, not resistance. And then right here we broke out of that downtrend line, and I know we had like a few tops to get past before we'd have a move, so I was definitely cautious. And I was expecting, honestly, I was expecting a rip like we've seen, like we just saw at the end of the day today. But if you notice the volume, it did not have good breakout volume at all. So this was a huge red flag to me, that there is no green volume, not much continuation. I gave it some time, and I just wasn't seeing the volume come in, like just not breakout volume at all. So I ended up getting out here on the first sort of big push, just because I was like, okay, this thing does not look that strong at all. And you can see we hit a bit of a liquidity pocket right here over top of these highs. We came up near them, and I just sold it there, and then it came down a bit. The thing froze up. Oh, that was weird. Sorry. Alright, hopefully that's a bit better. Very glitchy right now. I'm just gonna save this just in case it crashes. This is odd. Usually my dash trader runs flawlessly. Very glitchy. Yeah, sorry, I don't really know what's happening. I guess I kind of already went over that trade, but everything just froze up really, really badly. Anyways, missing out on the big move here. I'll keep an eye on KODK tomorrow. And then what I actually did is I tried to trade one of my first ever SPY options today. So that was pretty exciting. I was up $100, and I obviously in real life I would have taken it probably before that. But I decided to let it ride, and it was in my demo account here, so you can see the difference is my live account is this little asterisk, and then my trial, I like blurred it out because the green was a little bit annoying. But trial, IB, you know, so that's obviously my trial account, and I took a SPY put option here. So what I did is I traded the 333 strike September 18th expiry SPY option, and I did that right when we were bouncing here right at VWAP. I was thinking that VWAP would act as resistance, and as you can see right here, that's where I ended up buying in. We kind of popped our heads over and then had a nice big sell-off, and then that's when I ended up making the fake profit from that. So as you can see here, I had just entered in, and in my positions there, there it is, open position, just in there. And this thing actually went up quite a bit. I was just toying around with it. I'm going to look a bit more and see how much like I don't know. I don't know much about options, so I don't really feel comfortable using live money yet. But again, there's my entry, and we had a bit of this sell-off here, and honestly profited really nicely. I was up like 72 bucks here, fake money, and yeah, it was a really nice simulator trade. Great way to kind of dip my toe in the water with options. These weeklies are pretty cheap. I think that I don't like the way options work. I think this cost me like $100 and something, the first one. So I think it cost me 166 because you times this by 100, and then I was up. The price got up to 241. So that's a really nice gain there. And definitely a good way to start out not using real money. No emotions at all in these trades, which is nice. You can really just focus on the trade and not ruining your account because you don't know what you're doing. So yeah, interesting day for sure. There seems like there was lots of volatility, lots of opportunity today. It was pretty exciting, and I just wish I was on that KODK train right now. So that's it, guys. Once again, just a scratch day. Learning every day. Days like today, whatever. It's 93 cents. It's just a scratch day. Good trades overall. Yeah, that's it. Adios.